Hi, I'm Kari and welcome to the studio. On today's show, we are taking a deep dive into extra virgin olive oil. I thought I knew a thing or two, but now I know a lot, and you're about to as well. In the studio with me today is the new owner of the Shoreline Vine, an olive oil and vinegar tasting room in Madison, Connecticut. Please welcome Stella Gribb.
I'm really excited to be here and share some of my enthusiasm for olive oil with everybody.
Awesome. And it is, I'm full disclosure, I work at the store. I love it. I've worked there for how long? A month too?
Yeah, about a month or so.
Well, you can find me on Fridays. And what we found was that we don't stop talking all day. We talk about olive oil. We talk about vinegar. We taste olive oil. We taste vinegar.
We mix them together. We have a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. But when somebody comes in, it's as if, we get to show off our skills, we get to show off our knowledge, and we learn all day, we talk all day, we taste all day, and it's more than just the taste. So what we like to do is educate the customers that come in, and what we like to tell them, first of all, is how do you use olive oil? Do you drink it and people are horrified? No, of course not. Do you drink vinegar? No, what do you mean? So do you remember the customer that came in and wanted to drink better olive oil because of his gut issues?
Right.
He was prescribed
His doctor told him all the health benefits, correct.
So he said, okay, great. Went to the local store, bought himself some olive oil, was taking his prescription, 1 ounce or 2?
1 to 2 tablespoons.
1 to 2 tablespoons a day. Now, you can get that in your salad dressing, you can get that elsewhere, but if you know the source and you can take shots of it, it's not bad. So this guy was kind of choking down this olive oil from the grocery store. And so we came in and we gave him the, usually we'll take him to the extra virgin olive oils, which is what we're going to talk about today.
What we have, where they're from.
Where they're from, the sources. Now, this you don't know from an olive oil at the grocery store. No idea where it came from. How, you read the label, it's not going to tell you anything. So what we have at the Shoreline Vine is pure extra virgin olive oils. And when he tasted it, immediately he was
wow.
He was immediate. And this might have been my first day.
Yeah, we get that reaction a lot. I like that. Yeah. Watching people taste it for the first time.
Because they haven't had the good stuff. Honestly, it's like, like our orange juice. Mm-hmm. You can taste your processed orange juice and then you get real orange juice and it's a different story. It's a different ball game. But night and day, he came back in a month and beelined to the extra virgin olive oil section. He got one of the high polyphenols. We'll be talking about polyphenols and all the measurements that there are in extra virgin olive oil. Long story short, the more polyphenols in the olive oil, the more benefits. So if you're being prescribed olive oil from your doctor, high polyphenols. That's where you're going to find all the benefits that we're about to tell you. And so he came back and he said that after a month, he could completely tell the difference. His skin, his gut. I mean, how do you know about your heart? But, if we could see inside.
He was happier, so he was happy.
He was a nice guy when he came in. He was a nice guy.
He was.
But he was, he was pleased. He was very pleased. Mm-hmm. And of course, he's not going to divulge his health problems with us, but.
Well, he kind of did. But
he kind of did, yeah. Well, it was a gut issue. But anyway, he
says what was his say? He said it was a world of difference.
It was a world of difference.
Worth every penny. He says he'll never go back. It's like fantastic.
You can taste the difference immediately. Mm-hmm. You can tell the difference after a month. And so that was kind of like, well, let's explore this. Stella informed me on benefits, on everything. So let's get started.
Okay.
I think we should start with, we know what people will find in the store, which is delicious extra virgin olive oil.
The freshest, highest quality, that's pretty much available.
All right. So about quality. Now, you got your olive. A guy came in the other day and said, I imagine all of these olive oils are from Greece.
No. So we're going to, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to take you from the olive on the tree to the oil on your table.
So this
And
right
that's
here.
where we're going to go.
They call it liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
The golden elixir.
It is.
All right. All right. So tell us about the olive. Let's talk about the olive itself and
Well,
what do we need to know?
there's a large variety of olives, milder like the Arbequina or the Arbusona. Then we have the Picual and the Quarantina, which you're gonna see poured, and you can see the difference in color.
Now I have a question. I tend to do this.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. She knows me. When you're talking about these names, Arbequina, Picual, that's the name of the olive.
That's the name of the
one
olive. So when you see a bottle of olive oil at the store, it's not going to tell you where the olive comes from. If you come like into a good store where they have high quality extra virgin olive oil, the name on the bottle of olive oil, that name of the oil is actually the name of the olive. It's the only olive that's in that bottle. It's single varietal, and that's what you want. You want to know which olive it is. And the Arbequina, we just found out, happens to be one of the smallest olives. We didn't know that's very small. It's got a large pit. So they're all very different, and they come from everywhere. Right now, we don't have anything from Italy or from Greece. Right now, we have 2 from Spain and 2 from Peru, and it all depends on the season. So, you know, Spain is in the northern hemisphere. Their season comes in May. Peru is in the southern hemisphere. Their season comes more in the fall, like October. So we usually get in the store, because we always get the freshest available, we'll get usually 2 crushes of the season, depending on where it's from.
Right.
And Spain is actually the country that produces the most olive oil in the world.
Spain is number 1. Okay. And now when you could get because it's one olive. Okay, so this grove has one olive. They grow this particular olive only.
No, they grow other
they do
olives
many.
as well. They,
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
they do. Well, maybe some groves may, but no. I'm going to be talking more about where we get our olives from, our olive oil from.
Okay.
It's not any particular. It's a variety of different groves from around the world, but our supplier has their own groves. They come from a generation of olive growers in Spain.
Okay.
So they go to maybe 300 different countries and try all kinds of different olive oils and decide
that sounds
which
like a
ones
tough
they're going to
job.
bring.
It's like our
they
job.
seem to love it. So
We love it.
we have one of them today that we're going to be showing you is the Picual, and that's actually from their grove. And it just won a gold award in the New York International Olive Oil Competition, which is wrapping up on Wednesday. Yep, which is one of the most prestigious competitions in the world.
So we've got gold medal winning olive oils.
All right, so let's get into the olive oil, because I'm going to try not to be too boring, because actually, while I was looking for all this information, I did watch some very boring videos where they're talk all this technical stuff and this chemistry, like I was some kind of biologist, and I want to make it fun, so we're going to try to make it as fun as possible. We have to get into some of the technical.
A little bit.
That's why we just want to be kind of casual and conversational.
Yes.
So one of the most important things when harvesting an olive into an oil is the timing. It has to be like just right. In like late summer, early fall is when they'll start just ripening. And if you want to get if you do it too early, then it's you're going to get too much of a, I don't know.
Too hard or not enough juice.
Right.
Well, those little ones don't have much in there anyway. Yeah.
And if you do it too late, you're going to end up with a more mild, but it's going to lose all the health benefits. The polyphenol levels are going to be really low, and you're going to get most of those aromas and flavors, which we'll talk a little bit about, that are more ripe, which you don't really want. You kind of want your olive oil to bite you back. That means it's got a good polyphenol level.
And that's what we find.
So
okay, go ahead.
So you're going to want to, when your olives start getting green, kind of greenish, a little bit of yellow in there, that's the optimal time to harvest them, like right before they start maturing too much. Once you get into the darker colors like that, they start getting, sometimes they're kind of purplish, That's when they're going to become too ripe, and kind of like what you talked about, the orange juice.
Right, overripe.
It's
You want to pick the
overripe,
olive, not
right.
collect it off the ground when
Right.
it's already overripe.
And that's where you're going to get the
fallen.
highest polyphenols and the most health benefits.
On the ones that are picked, not overripe and fallen. So you want to
Right.
control when you're taking the olive.
And the grapes themselves, when they pick them, and they go out there in the field and test them when it gets close, like every single day, waiting. They'll smell them. They're smelling for all the stuff you're going to smell in the good olive oil, which is more like a sometimes grassy, fruity, but if it's fruity, it's more like a green apple or a green banana as opposed to like one that's ripened.
Fresh is the idea.
Yep,
Fresh is
exactly. And definitely not all olive oils are created equally. as you
Well, I mean,
find out.
this we could go. We could do. We could do a whole show on this. But yeah, the
because
problem is you don't know.
as they ripen, like I said, they're more delicate, but you have lower polyphenols. The aroma is not the same, and it's going to be a shorter shelf life as well. Just like if you bring home a ripe banana, it's not going to last that long.
Right, that's a good point.
So, and also when they harvest these olives that are overripened, they usually get, so this is going to be the difference. When they crush them, they might yield maybe 20, 30% olive oil. When you do it at early harvest, you're going to probably get much lower yield. I'm going to say probably about 50% less. So that's what you're going to sacrifice the volume of what you're going to get for the high quality.
Okay.
But it's all about that quality. And if you taste it, you'll know the difference. You're going to get the best possible product with the most health benefits.
So how should we talk about the process of when you collect
Right,
your
so
your-
when it
your
gets to that
olives?
optimal ripeness that we talked about, what they do is or at least all the groves that we do business or distributor does business with, they harvest their olives in the sustainable type of way. They don't use any machines when they're actually harvesting them. Sometimes they put nets on the ground, or they have this cool little canopy that goes around the trunk of the tree. It's like a tarp,
right.
almost like a upside down umbrella,
Exactly.
something like that. And they use these long wooden rakes, and they kind of hit, and the olives will fall down. And sometimes they rake it through because they are kind of green. So the olive tree is not damaged, and they can get they'll get some of the leaves that are around, because it's kind of not really like a grape because they're much farther apart, but there's like leaves around them. So you'll get some of that, and then it goes into this big truck where so the thing is that it's harvested. When they get to the optimal level, it's done quickly. So the process, they'll start taking them off the trees. They'll start in the morning, and by late afternoon, the whole process is done. They're ready to be shipped out, and that's what you want. It's because it's minimally processed.
So imagine if that was your job. So mom says, "I need some olive oil for dinner." The book Pancakes. It's like, I got to go to the wheat field and make, you got to collect all the olives. But you could do it. It's doable. You could get olive oil by dinner.
You can.
But we'll do it the easy way.
But we'll do it the easy way. And it's very important. There's a lot of factors that may change one olive from the same grove one year to the same olive from the same grove the next year. Proper irrigation.
Like wine.
How was the weather? Did you have too much rain? Was there a drought? Were there bugs? And all of those things can contribute. So every single crush or harvest, they call it either way, is even from the same grove is always going to taste a little bit different.
So when the crush and the labels at the store say May 2025, we know when it was crushed, and that's going to be unique to an olive oil that was made from the same tree at the same. Do they call it a vineyard? What do they call it?
It's a grove.
A grove.
Call it a grove.
A grove. So it's
and
all
even
it's
the
all different.
conditions of the grove. Even the grove is supposed to be pristine. They try to keep it clean, not just all the equipment. So then the truck will take it to where it's going to be. They usually have the big facility. It's set up like right by the grove. It goes up.
They have their own
belt up and down,
Yep.
And it goes into. It's like a big. First it's crushed.
Yeah, into a pulp or paste.
It'll put in, they have these like arms that go through with holes just enough for the olives to fall that will take off some of those leaves. And then it's crushed and it's made into like a paste, exactly like a paste. After that, it goes into what's called a malixer. It's like they call it a decanter. And what that does, it takes more of the leaves, the pits, mostly like the solids.
The non-pulp, everything that can't
Exactly.
become
The solids,
oil
like the
is
pits
solids,
and the pulp. It also takes some of the fruit water away from the oil. Next, it goes into a vertical centrifuge, which takes additional water out of the oil and any like microfibers or microparticles that are left.
Now, one of the things to interject was that we learned was that
and it goes at high speed.
Right, it blasts out all the bad stuff.
Yeah,
but
and
that bad
separates
stuff,
the oil.
The bad stuff, sometimes they'll sell to somebody of a lesser.
That's going to be used again, and we'll get into
that'll
that.
make oils of a lesser quality. So,
and then the last part of it is where it's going to be filtered through really fine paper, and it's going to take out anything that's left in it, and it's ready to go. After that, it's called extra virgin olive oil. And it's ready to go. And now, where it goes is to be tested.
There we go. Testing. Are you worthy of the designation extra virgin olive oil?
Yeah.
Because all of that initial stuff that we talked about, picking correctly, having a clean grove, clean machines, all of that, you've gotten rid of all your bad stuff. You've got your liquid gold. But yet you can't yet call it extra virgin olive oil.
It's really green. It doesn't really look gold. It looks very green usually at that point.
I guess liquid gold is.
They say liquid gold, but it's really green.
Right.
When you see it pouring through looks like a green fountain.
So the testing of it is pretty. There's a.
They test for a couple. There's like two phases of the test. There's one is like sensory. First, they go through a sensory test.
Sensory analysis.
Yep.
Smelling,
so they're going to smell it. Like they want to taste all those things we talked about, the peppery, the grassy,
freshness.
The fresh, unripened fruit as opposed to too ripen. And once it goes, so that's done at their facility. They have the sommeliers. They actually have certified olive oil sommeliers, just like they do for wine. So it has to
quite
pass.
Similar, like
right, it is very similar. The only difference is wine is better as it ages. Olive oil does not get better as it ages. You want to use it within about a year usually.
Fresh is best.
But other than that, they're very, very similar. So after it passes the sensory test, then it goes to a third-party lab where they test for the chemical analysis. They're going to look for fatty acid levels, oxidation, UV absorption. They put all these together and they're going to rate it, and it's going to tell them, when they put all the chemical analysis together, it's going to tell them what the polyphenol levels are.
Which is the biggest thing about really good about extra virgin olive oil, is that extra virgin olive oil has gone through all of this testing because of what we talked about in the beginning. If an olive oil has all of these, beneficial elements, the polyphenols, a lesser oil isn't going to have those. So this guy who came into the store who wanted really good olive oil for his real health problems.
He was choking that down for nothing.
He was wasting
it wasn't
time.
helping him out.
It's not going to do. It's not going to do what this is going to do, and it's really important because one might say, why would I want to spend more on a really good olive oil? You think that it might be the color, which it is definitely not. And in the testing, they test that sensory with a colored glass.
They do.
So they use a blue.
They use a blue glass, so they don't see the color. So it doesn't influence their decision about it at all.
Yeah, that's interesting because the layman, may say, look at the beautiful color. It must be better. Mm-hmm. It must be the best. That's not true.
That's not true at all.
So don't judge an oil by its color.
That's your extra virgin olive oil.
Yes.
Once it passes those tests, then it's
got
going
the
to
good
be
stuff.
At that point, olive oils that we get through our distributor, they're never stored for long term. As soon as it gets the approval and it's extra olive oil,
out
it's
the door.
immediately exported to the United States or wherever else where it's bottled and distributed to the stores and this distributor and to us. And that's the freshest you can get.
Fresh is best. Yeah.
So let me talk a little bit about the other grades of olive oil you might see in the store.
We'll talk briefly because just
we'll
don't
talk
buy 'em.
briefly.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It might just say olive oil. It might say refined, which some people think that's a good word, but it's not.
not good.
That means
Not
it's been
good.
processed and heat and everything else, which you don't want because heat just gets rid of all the benefits.
It does, yeah.
It could say pure, it could say light. If it says light, please stay away from that because that's like the lowest level of olive oil possible. And what they usually do, like I said, they'll refine the oil. So they'll take the byproducts from this extra virgin olive oil and they'll add other oils to it, sometimes even water. And they'll do the whole process again through machines. And then they take the byproduct from that and they'll do it again, and then they get down to where the light one is after about four or five different processes, and you're left with the light, which who knows, hopefully it's got a little bit of olive oil in it. I think it does. Supposed to have, but it could be mixed with all different kinds of oils, and just stay away from that. You don't want to have anything to do with that.
Not good. Not okay. But that's interesting because we all assume that it is okay. And we assume that when we go to the grocery store, if it comes in a glass bottle, it must be better. Comes in a green bottle, it must be better. Then we really have no idea what color it is. Not that color matters, but
in the store, you might find some that might have an expiration date, but that's expiration according to whom. Some of them will have, you can find some pretty decent ones in the grocery store. Some of them will have the harvest date or the crush date. That's the date you want to go by. You're going to do harvest, up to maybe 18 months after that. Once you open it, once you open it and the air hits it, it's good for a year. Optimal benefits you about 6 months or so. You want to use it. So you want to always want to know what the harvest or crush date is. You want to know what the olive is. It should be single origin olive. You want to know where it's from, and you want to know the polyphenol levels.
And I don't recall seeing any of those things on the bottles at the grocery store.
You'll see. Sometimes you'll see a harvest date. Most of the time you won't see, I don't think I've ever seen the olive, like which olive it was from, or or the
specialty stores,
levels.
But we're just talking about
like that.
The color of the bottle. Well, we'll talk about storing it later. Anyway, I'm jumping the gun.
It's important to know where it came from and how it was processed. And the olive is actually a fruit.
That's right.
To talk about. It's actually a stone fruit, like a peach and like a plum, but it's the only stone fruit that gives you oil when it's squeezed.
So it's fruit juice,
right? Well, and just like a fruit juice, like you said, you taste the concentrated, which was what you're going to get, as opposed to the fresh squeeze. You can tell the difference right away.
Yeah. So, it being designated extra virgin olive oil, knowing the polyphenol levels, what is so great about these polyphenols?
There's a lot.
I know the answer.
So much stuff. So the polyphenols is what has
it's pretty amazing.
All the different
this
benefits.
is the amazing part.
Yeah.
What a good olive oil can do for your body.
I want to make sure I hit on all of these because this is the important part here.
Yes, we definitely want to talk about the MUFA.
The MUFAs. Yeah.
The MUFAs.
So the polyphenol is what has all your health benefits in. There's antioxidants, so oxidation is what clogs your arteries. So that's why. So a lot of people talk about antioxidants and they just know that it's good for you. They don't really know what it does. So what it does is it breaks down the oxidation in your arteries and in your bloodstream, so you don't have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. That's where you get all that buildup is from the high cholesterol. And so antioxidants break that down.
So you want your antioxidants. We all know we want them, but now we know why. Yeah.
Now we know.
We just want them. And what you want is olive oil. Yeah, I mean, the beneficial, well, let's talk about the what's the oleo, the MUFAs. The MUFAs.
So the MUFAs are the monosaturated fats, and they call those MUFAs. And that is
Monounsaturated fat. No, what is it? What is it? Fatty acids? Okay.
It's fatty acids.
Fatty acids.
Yeah, and
Fatty acids.
that helps raise the level. You've have heard of like good cholesterol and bad cholesterol.
Yes.
That helps to raise the level of the good cholesterol.
HDL, the good.
Right, and the bad cholesterol is LDL, and it just doesn't just raise it, but it helps combat the bad cholesterol as well. So it's really promoting heart health, cardiovascular diseases.
All that ails you, pretty much.
The polyphenols are good for your brain. They help regenerate brain cells.
That's right.
Which
That's
help.
the number one thing.
Yep, it could help
brain cells.
people with dementia sometimes, even people with depression.
Yeah. Yeah. That was surprising.
And
too.
that's all in that's all in the polyphenols as well.
gut.
Yep. So mental health. So we have omega-3s and omega-6s. Here we are talking about all this crazy scientific stuff.
Omega-3 and omega-6. What are we doing?
So those are the essential fatty acids.
Yes.
Yep. So your body
That we can't make.
produce these
Bingo.
at all. So you have to get these fatty acids through your diet.
Your diet.
And you can get them through the extra virgin olive oil. And like I said, these help reduce depression and anxiety. It's good for your blood pressure, reduces inflammation, even helps your metabolism, makes you more satiated. So it's good for your dieting because your metabolism is going to go up. It's going to make you feel fuller.
Oleocanthols.
Oleocanthols.
Oleocanthols. That's the magic one,
So that's
right?
why the Mediterranean diet is
Yes.
based on, they eat a lot of lean meats, vegetables, fish. So most of their fat is all from extra virgin olive oil.
So really, when you think of these, the Mediterranean diet was so great because look at the beautiful people. And then,
Yeah.
all right. And so it isn't their diet, really. It's the olive oil.
Well, what's in their diet? So, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, the olive oil is in the diet, yes.
And then we
But
have
that's
things
the
like
secret.
vitamin K, vitamin E, beta carotene, and these have been studied to help reduce the risk of cancers as well.
Cancer saver. Probably the number one health benefit is going to be those compounds. And
Right.
Right. And that
In the
major one
polyphenols.
is, what is that major one?
Oleocanthal.
All right.
It's a unique biophenol, and this is the one that's shown to attack and kill cancer cells, as well as being an anti-inflammatory. And this is studies based on Mayo Clinic, Harvard Medical School.
Who's going to argue with that? I mean, and if there's nothing else that we get from this, let's get that.
Yep.
If
And the
you have-
higher the polyphenols, the better.
the higher the polyphenols, the better it is for you. So find out what your polyphenols are on your olive oil. If you don't know, then throw it out. Use it for your hinges. And
Use it for your hinges.
not your knees. And, the good stuff is for these hinges. Yeah. All right. So misconceptions. Let's jump into that, and then we can taste some because I want to see
Well,
what
some
this
of the
stuff is.
misconceptions is a lot of people say, and a lot of people come in the store, they say, well, you can't cook with this, right? And like, well, no, I cook with it all the time. And that's one of the misconceptions is that you're not supposed to heat it and cook
That
it.
good
Heating
olive
it
oil.
will, it changes it a little bit. You're probably going to lose some of the benefits, but you definitely can cook with it. People like in Europe have been using it for everything.
They don't have, that's all the oil.
It actually has a higher smoke level or smoke point than avocado oil, where people think is double. That's the one you use for the highest. So the smoke point of olive oil is 405 degrees, where avocado oil is 385.
Yeah. And peanut might be a little higher, but I mean, that's frying oil. So this can do your cooking, absolutely.
And then the other misconception is, like you said, the color.
Yeah.
Let's show you.
have a
I'll
look.
give you
All right, here we
that
go.
one. And I'm going to do
I don't know,
this
how do you
one.
drink your olive oil? I drink mine out of,
So you're going to pour the piqual.
Okay, I am? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
And the one
this
I'm
is the
pouring is Quarantina.
Okay.
Yeah, good amount so you can see the difference. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. At first, they look similar, but
So if you didn't know anything and they'd ask you, well, which one of these you think is a better olive oil, has more polyphenols? Which one would you make?
I would say this one, because you say this looks like the color of the plastic bottles.
And it's a gorgeous color. It's absolutely
beautiful
gorgeous
color.
But
love that
no,
color.
this one actually has
It has more polyphenols.
Yeah, but they're pretty close. So the Piqual, this is the one that won the gold award.
Okay,
This one's got polyphenol level of 550, where the Quarantina is at about 603. But the color tells you nothing at all.
Yeah. Which is why when they test it, it's the colored
So when
glass.
they test it, it's a colored glass. It's a bigger glass and it doesn't have the stem. They'll hold it in their hand, put their hands on top of it, kind of swirl it around a little bit, usually for a good couple of minutes.
Yeah. Get it
helps
warm.
release some of the vapors as it warms up. They'll release it, take a good sniff out of it. Oh, yes.
You are an olive oil sommelier.
I can smell that. Yeah, you can smell that freshness.
So even just doing it with this. Okay. Let me give it a go.
And then you'll take a little sip of it, and instead of just like taking a sip and swallowing it, you want to hold it in your mouth a little. Then you're going to take some quick breaths in. I'll show you. You're going to go like with your teeth together. That's going to make it go like all through your mouth so you can taste, because you're going to taste it in your tongue. Then when you swallow it, it actually takes, so they have different oils when they test it and it's going through the testing. They have different seconds, like this one takes 30 seconds to experience the whole. Some of them take more, and you'll feel that, and you want to feel that unexpected bitterness and that extra peppery finish at the end, because that's what's good for you, is the polyphenols.
It's amazing how it's a long finish. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it does. It takes a while to travel through. Yeah. And I find, I find sometimes taking the second sip, you get even more of the flavor. So I always encourage people when they come in and they're tasting, take one sip and then take another sip.
Yeah, because sometimes they're immediately like, ooh. It's like, just wait a minute and let it sink in. Yeah, so that's a big one, that you can't judge a book by its color. You can't judge an olive oil by its color. I mean, you can judge it as beautiful, but it doesn't have anything to do with how beneficial it is.
Yep. You want the taste, and you're looking for that. You're looking for that bitterness. You're looking for that bite back. You're looking for the aromas and the tastes of the grassiness, the peppery, the unripened fruit, berries. They're all different, just like all wines are different. Some are going to be fruitier. Some are going to be more bitter. And it's a lot of fun.
It's fun to taste.
I find it fascinating.
It is. It is. Well, now that you know, I mean, we know a little, right? Or we know a lot.
We know.
But I'll tell you, it's
and we're
fun.
Gonna, next time we come back, we're going to go into a little bit more of the tasting.
Yep. We'll do more tasting.
And we're going to bring in some maybe infused, which are the flavored. And we'll talk about how they flavor the different olive oils.
Right. There's infused and there's fused. Infused is flavored after it's already become olive oil. And fused is when they crush the olives and the flavor, whether it be an orange or herbs. They crush it with the olive. And that is completely incorporated. That can never be anything, only olive oil of that flavor.
Yeah. So they can only do that once a year, as opposed to when they infuse it, they take their mildest, whatever our mildest is, and so they can do that throughout the year. But so when they're fusing it, they only have one opportunity to do that, and that's at the crush.
Okay.
And then we're going to go into some balsamics next time as well.
And balsamics, that's a whole another story, and definitely a whole show on balsamics. Yeah. And then we're going to go to the store. We might as well go on location.
Yeah, we are. We will go on location.
We're going to go on location.
We're going to mix you up some cocktails with white balsamics. We're going to talk about all different ways that you can use this stuff. It's fabulous.
You drink your vinegar and you drink your olive oil. Who knew?
And it's all good for you.
It's more than that.
And that's
more than that. It does your body good, and your body deserves it. All right. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I'll drink to that.
More brain cells.
Some more brain cells. All right. Thank you, Stella.
Thank you.
And, all right, so we encourage you to visit the Shoreline, I don't need these, to visit the Shoreline Vine in Madison, Connecticut.
And taste some wonderful stuff.
Wonderful stuff. This the tip of the iceberg. Literally, the store has miles of, not miles.
50, 60 different flavors.
This is a fusti. This is what we keep them in, and there's that many of those in the store of different flavors. What we've covered right now is only 4 of these from the store. There's 4 olive oils. So, I mean, sky's the limit. So this is segment 1 of many. All right, Stella, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
So, what is our give butter / help CVC? All right. Thank you so much for watching. I want to, first of all, thank our production crew. Mal behind the camera, Mel behind the glass. Couldn't do it without you. Stella, thank you for coming from Madison.
Thank you.
And the Shoreline Vine. Come see me on Fridays at the Shoreline Vine. Come see Stella any day. We're going to do some fun stuff.
I'm excited to come back.
Absolutely. And also, if you have an interest in making a show like this, please come down to CVC. Take a workshop. Learn about making TV. Don't only watch TV. What is it? We don't only watch TV, we make it. And you can make it too. It's a fantastic opportunity if you're somebody who's creative and you have ideas. Bring it to the public. We thought when we were in the store we should. Who can we tell? We tell everybody that walks in. We need more people.
We need more people.
We need to tell more people, especially that guy. I mean, that was amazing. He really was a firsthand, fan. He was like, I feel so much better, and his skin too. I mean, I'm gonna, listen, take your shots. All right. Who's going to advise you to take shots? But we are. All right. So next time we're going to discover the wonders of balsamic vinegar. People know about shots of vinegar, but again, we don't need to suffer through fire shots of apple cider vinegar. Let's put some flavor in it. It's delicious. So drink your vinegar, drink your olive oil, and come see us at the Shoreline Vine in Madison, Connecticut. Thanks so much.